Hey guys, welcome back. Disclaimer, this video sucks. Now, I'm not saying it sucks. I wanted it to be a good video where I got a lot of cool angles and shots and whatnot. But here's what happened. We came back. There was a crack in the gutter. It was pouring down, pouring down rain. We live in the southeast, which is kind of like Seattle, Portland, where it just kind of drizzles all the time. So we don't get that big downpour, but it was a big downpour and our gutter was broke. And so basically water was just rushing off of our roof into the gutter, and when it got to the crack, it was just pouring straight down right in front of one of our pilings. So we didn't do anything that night. We went up there that night and cleared the gutter because there was a bunch of spruce needles up there. So we cleared all the needles out of the way, and then the next day we caught a break in the weather. It was supposed to be no rain for a couple of hours, so we decided to try to take that old gutter down, put the new gutter up, and basically we got rushed. Here's the crack. I'm not sure if that is from just a branch or something. I don't know. Maybe when I was cleaning it, I cracked it a little. I'm not sure. So we're gonna get rid of this old gutter, put a bigger slant on this thing, so hopefully the water will rush down, moving the majority of these pine needles, and then we got a filter that'll hopefully kick all those things out and put that first flush in. With that being said, we went back into town, got some new gutter material, and we are going to put on a new gutter. We're going to angle it more so that hopefully all the water will rush these pine needles down, and we're going to install our first flush. So I'm going to put this guy on the end here. I thought about putting a silicone bead on here, but it's got the little foam in it, so I think it'll be good. If anything, we'll put it on the bottom side because this is going uphill, so we shouldn't have any issues with this. My wife got a hard hat.
Because you're going to drop that.
Put your hard hat on, baby. It's backwards, sugar.
I know. Don't you put that on.
That's the highlight.
Don't you put that on there.
No, hey, listen. That thing, the gray thing, take it back off.
This thing?
Take the whole, yeah, and then fold that gray thing down. That's your sweatband.
It fit better when it was down. Now it's all loose.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can tighten it up.
Oh, you can tighten it up.
Yeah.
It's better.
Yeah, yeah. Wood. So it's right about here where I started cussing a whole lot. If we had a flat surface, this thing would be so smooth, but alright, so we couldn't get the ladder far enough back. So the ladder was like this when we were trying to drill that end piece in, and I couldn't, because I was so far back, I couldn't lean back, hold, and drill at the same time. So that's why we had to go up on top of the roof. Then my camera cut off. I don't know if you've seen, but while I was up there, we decided to put the harness on. Good thing, because I hit a slippery spot, man. I fell down and busted my butt. I wouldn't have fallen off because I just stopped, but I did slip pretty good. I mean, it just got done raining, so everything's a little wet still. So we got to rip down. This is all the old stuff. We're going to rip that down and then put on that last section of the gutter. Then we're going to put the first flush on. So let's bust the rest of this stuff out and put that last section on. The only thing left we have to do is to put the little drain spout down, put it in. We got to cut it, put this in, and then cut another piece and put the end piece on, and that's it.
Woohoo.
This was not a fun project.
At least it's not raining.
It's not raining. And it probably wasn't very entertaining for you, but that's okay because we bring you with us no matter what we do. Alright, well that's it. So we put the gutter in. Man, that was hell. What did we get with this? Well, we got this high-speed leaf catcher. Alright, then you get this little weeping system at the bottom. So basically, this goes on the very bottom of your flush. I'll show you when we get to it, but it allows a little bit of water to drip out so it doesn't just stay stagnant in there once it starts raining. It'll fill up. All right, it'll fill up. This ball will start rising with the water. Then you've got a T, right? So this is coming down from the roof. Turn it this way so you can see. Whoop. It's coming down from the roof. This water's coming down here. Ball rises up. Then there's a little bloop. Ball catches that. And then everything else comes out and goes into the tank. That's just it. So like if you get pollen on your roof, like there's a certain month in where we live where a yellow pollen gets on the roof and it turns everything yellow. So basically all that pollen will go down into the first flush, and then poop, everything after it gets the roof clean, this will seal it up, and then everything else goes into our rain catchment tank. It's almost good though. Like all you gotta do is be able to hold this up in place. All right, so we got our first downspout done. Now we're going to put that spruce needle catcher, the catcher, and then we'll keep going down with a 3.5, and we'll make a T, and then that T will go in from a 3 to a 2, and the 2 is what's going to go into our water catchment. I guess you can't hold it, can you?
Does that work?
Yeah, you let go. I'll also say this, because we were rushed and trying to get this done as soon as possible, the filming and all the artsy stuff had to take a back seat because we wanted to get the job done. And by the time I was done, it was too dark to even show you the finished product. And the finished product still looks like doo-doo because guess what? This is not our permanent thing. So let me show you what we got going on here. All right, so this is the back of our cabin. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add an addition that comes out 8 feet. That's why we haven't done any permanent piping. That's why this first flush and our new the gutter's gonna stay because we gotta have a gutter. That top downspout, that's gonna stay. But the rest of it is gonna be on the second roof that we have here, whoop, like right here. And that's where our first flush is going to go as well. So let's just talk about the first flush here. So basically what we have, if I can frame that in, come on guy, you know you want to get up there. All right, so that right there is a leaf catcher. We don't have a whole lot of leaves here, but we got needles, and so it catches all the hemlock and spruce needles. Instead of putting it all the way at the top, I put that down spot there because this is about, I don't know, 10-12 feet off the ground, and it's much easier to just put a small ladder there and go up there and clean that stuff out than going all the way up to the top to clean it out up there. All right, so then from the leaf catcher, it goes down and it comes down to a T. So this T here, that's all 3-inch pipe right there. And so basically this all the way down is our first flush. And what that does is there's a little green ball, and when the water comes down this pipe, the ball starts to float up. And when it gets to that T, there's like a little, I don't know, a little fitting in there that the ball rests in. And so that, once that ball gets up in there, it closes off this whole bottom first flush, and then all the water gets diverted over, and we've got a 3-inch to 2-inch pipe, and all that water gets diverted over there to the 2-inch, and that 2-inch goes into our rain tank there. All right, so there you can see the little, for lack of a better word, the little nipple that sticks out there. That's got the filter inside there. There's 2 separate filters. One's wire mesh, one's plastic. So this thing has like a little weeping gasket in there with a little pinhole in it. I think we're going to try to make it even smaller because we don't get big downpours. We get just drizzle all the time. Once the first flush is full, I want all the water to go into the tank and not keep weeping out. I don't want half of the water weeping out and half of the water getting to the tank. So we're going to try to put a smaller pinhole in there so we can get more water into our tank. So this is our mystery box. Let us know in the comments what you think it is, and you'll get to find out what it is next week. Alright, so next week's video is going to be about our surprise installment. So we're excited to get it put in and start using it, and hopefully you guys will be just as excited for us because it's going to help us out in the long run and definitely in the winter. So let us know what you think. I'm going to start doing some videos on Wednesday, and they're going to be like you getting to know us and us getting to know you. So we're going to answer some questions because sometimes it's hard to answer the questions in the comment, you know, and be as thorough as we can. So we're going to do Wednesday video for a few and see if you guys like them. If you do, then we'll continue to do them. If you don't, then we'll scrap it. But I put a video right here. That's something that I thought you might like watching. And if you're new to the channel, click that button right there and become a subscriber because we'd love to have you around. See you next week.